In our last video, we went inside the court cases that could change Trump's political future. The election interference investigations, the financial probes, and the classified documents scandal. Each case carried its own risks, each one a ticking clock. But tonight, we turn to a quieter, more unsettling reality: how judges, often overlooked in the chaos, are quietly closing in on Trump. Their decisions, delivered in calm voices from the bench, may prove more devastating than any headline or rally. Judges are not politicians. They do not campaign. They do not shout. They do not rally crowds. They speak through rulings, orders, and deadlines. And yet, in this storm of legal battles, their quiet authority is becoming the most dangerous weapon against Trump. While prosecutors bring charges and defense lawyers argue strategy, it is the judges who decide what evidence is admissible, what timelines must be followed, and what consequences will unfold. In a system where every delay once seemed possible, judges are now shutting doors, tightening schedules, and forcing Trump's legal team into corners with no escape. Consider the election interference cases. Judges have refused to allow endless postponements. They have set trial dates that collide with campaign schedules, ensuring that Trump cannot simply push the problem into the future. Each ruling chips away at the shield of delay that once protected him. Imagine the impact. A courtroom appearance scheduled in the middle of an election season, forcing Trump to divide his time between rallies and defense. The judges are not shouting, but their decisions echo louder than any protest. And every time a judge denies a motion to delay, it sends a chilling message. The law will not wait for politics. In the financial investigations, judges are authorizing subpoenas, compelling the release of documents that Trump's team fought to keep hidden. Contracts, payments, and records that once lay buried in secrecy are now being dragged into the light. These rulings do not make headlines in the same way as fiery speeches, but they carry devastating weight. Each document released is a piece of evidence that could erode the image of success Trump has cultivated for decades. The judges are not attacking him directly. They are simply enforcing the law. But in that quiet enforcement lies a power that could dismantle his empire brick by brick. The classified documents case reveals the same pattern. Judges are rejecting attempts to dismiss charges, insisting that the evidence must be heard. They are authorizing restrictions, limiting what Trump's team can argue, and ensuring that national security concerns remain front and center. These rulings may seem procedural, but they shape the battlefield. They determine what the jury will see, what the public will hear, and ultimately, what verdict may be reached. The judges are not making speeches. They are writing history in the margins of their orders. And those margins may decide whether Trump's legacy survives or collapses. This is the dangerous reality. Trump's strategy thrives on spectacle, on turning every indictment into a rallying cry. But judges operate in silence. They do not play to the crowd. They do not seek applause. And that silence is deadly, because it strips away the noise and leaves only the law. Trump can frame himself as a victim, but when a judge denies a motion, sets a trial date, or compels evidence, the narrative shifts. The courtroom becomes less about perception and more about inevitability. The quiet rulings accumulate, each one tightening the net, each one closing the distance between Trump and accountability. Supporters may see this as persecution, opponents as justice. But the truth is simpler. Judges are doing what judges do. They are closing loopholes, enforcing deadlines, and ensuring that cases move forward. And in that quiet persistence, they are closing in on Trump. Each ruling is a step closer to a trial. Each denial of delay is a step closer to accountability. Each order for evidence is a step closer to exposure. The storm is not only in the headlines, it is in the courtroom, where silence carries the weight of destiny. And silence, in this case, may prove louder than any rally chant. The world is watching, but the world often misses the details. Headlines focus on indictments, rallies, and protests. Yet behind those headlines, judges are shaping the outcome. Allies and adversaries alike are studying how America's system handles this crisis. If judges succeed in holding the line, it signals strength. If they falter, it signals weakness. And every ruling sends a message not just to Trump, but to the world, that even the most powerful must answer to the law. Imagine the global impact if America proves that no leader is untouchable. Imagine the shock if the opposite occurs and the system bends under pressure. Ultimately, Trump's political future may not be decided by voters alone. It may be decided by judges who refuse to bend, who insist that trials proceed, who ensure that evidence is heard. Their rulings may not trend on social media, but they will shape the course of history. Because when judges close in, they do not need noise. They need only the law. And the law, once enforced, can be more devastating than any speech, any rally, any headline. This is the quiet storm, the one that builds without spectacle, the one that arrives without warning, and the one that leaves no room for escape. The storm is intensifying. In the last video, we saw the cases themselves. Now we see the quiet force behind it all, the judges who are closing in. Every ruling, every deadline, every order pushes Trump closer to a reckoning. The question is not only whether he can survive the trials, but whether America itself can withstand the pressure. Because when the pillars of democracy tremble, the cracks spread far beyond one man. And once the cracks appear, can they ever be repaired? And now the question is yours. As judges quietly close in on Trump, do you believe their rulings will finally bring accountability? Or will Trump find a way to turn even these decisions into fuel for his political survival? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because your voice is part of this unfolding story.